As these exhibitors start to make their way towards exiting the arena, there's two ways that we could show gratitude for our young people and all their hard work. That's to tell them and that's to show them. So if you want to show them, I'd ask everybody ringside to put their hands together, give them a round of applause, not only for this group of kids, but the ones that show today and all the hard work that they've put into their projects. Heads up, we got a loose steer in the ring. Heads up, we got a loose steer. I want to remind you that all auction placing steers and breed and reserve breed champion steers must get a backdrop photo. Also, all auction placing steers, not including breed and reserve breed champion steers, must report to TLMA today. Take your steer. They'll need those as soon as possible. Anybody else that wishes to sell their steer on the floor, the price is $1.76. And TLMA is open, and they are taking delivery of those steers whenever you are ready. As we get close to the end of the first day of our steer show, I would like to recognize a few of instrumental people that make all this come together. Obviously, we have our steer committee. We have Rodeo Austin show staff. We have many volunteers that come volunteer their time to help out, and certainly our judge, Shane Bedwell, along with our steer superintendents, Dr. Mark Miller and Ed Snyder. If you would, please put your hands together and thank them for all their hard work.
Really outstanding class to wrap up the day, and I do appreciate all the good ring help that we've had throughout the day, and it's been fun. It's a good place to end, and I'm excited about the breed drive here in a little bit. I think the black and white steer here in the first spot wins it for fun. He has the look and the balance and the body and the soundness that we've looked to find, and at a heavy weight like this, middle 14s, plus that steer looks the part still and just has a real quality look about him. He'll be fun to get out here in the drive here in a little bit and study him a little bit closer. The black steer in second, just really like his quality. He's proud. He has that really awesome look up through his front end and his chest floor. Really good bodied steer, super sound out on the move. I don't know if he comes off of the top of his rib into the lower third of his body. Maybe as good as either of the two steers on either side of him, but where he's better than the steer in third is just his joint quality, how clean he is in his hock. He's just sounder as you get him out on the move. big, heavy black steer here in third. For his weight, 15 plus, this guy still balances out really nice up through his chest floor. He's got a heavy structure look about him, just a real practical, good kind of a steer. As I get in behind him, I just need to see his hock shaped differently. Then maybe we can do a little bit more with him. The steer, they've hung on to him pretty well at a big, heavy weight. Compositionally, he's okay, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Baldy steer coming next in this class. There's parts of him that I was drawn to immediately. I think compositionally, he's a trim steer that's just right in terms of his composition. He gets his front end and his head up out of him really nice, smooth-shouldered steer. I think as the longer we're out here, probably the more stoved up this calf gets, and you can kind of read it in his angles at the stand. He's straighter up in his knee and just wants to turn out up front. His hock joint's kind of built the same way. The black and white steer is kind of a carbon copy of him right in behind him. Long, real smooth, real extended steer. Probably takes it to another degree in terms of muscle, turn, and just that shape that he works down his stop. He's a little rounder bone and has a little swelling on the inside of his hock. That's a neat looking steer that you just like to soften up a little bit there in his joints. You do that, then that's a steer that plays pretty hard in my mind in this class. Young lady's calf coming in. I almost pulled her. She was one of the very first, if not the first, through the gate, and I liked him a lot in terms of just his product, his power, and the stoutness in him. Kind of has that tie or that dish right in the middle of his back that throws him off just a little bit. He starts a big kind of a mature set of cattle out here that just need to blend together with me, a little bit more style, a little bit more balance, but she gets everything she can out of that calf. I told her, I said, you're one of those kids that you can just tell loves showing, and she just got a big old grin to her. She does, and she does a good job out here trying to piece that one together. Big stout steer again. Young lady does a good job with lots of length. He moves pretty good for all the power that he has. He's just a little much. I think he's just kind of fallen out of favor a little bit in terms of the freshness and the quality, but a good kind of steer in terms of body. Here's a long-bodied, pretty sound-walking steer coming out. The girl has in the purple. Boy, from his shoulder back, that length that he has, that attractiveness to his rump, he just kind of runs downhill, and that chest floor is out of him. You know, there was just a time probably where that dude was pretty darn good. He just is, just a little past 12 o'clock. Boy does a nice job with this brockle-headed steer. You talk about a good showman, calf that kind of comes together and looks apart. I wish there was more meat animal shape in him, though, when you got on either side of him. On down in our lineup, we kind of have some rougher built steers, maybe give up some body, give up some balance and style and structure, but all really, really good kids working hard out here. Give them a big Austin hand, please.
Thank you, Judge, and congratulations to each of those exhibitors. Attention to the barn. If you are a breed champion or reserve breed champion, I need for the exhibitor and a parent to report to the announcer stand. We need to obtain some information from you. So if you are still in the barn and you are a breed or breed champion, we need for the exhibitor and a parent to report to the announcer stand. Thank you. Entering the show ring at this time is our first and second place winners from each of the Black Cross classes. Judge Bedwell will be choosing your champion Black Cross and your reserve champion Black Cross at this time. I want to remind the exhibitors and families of the exhibitors that tonight is Rodeo Austin's Kick Open the Chutes event. It will be over at the Rodeo Arena. Performers Braxton Keith and Casey Donahue will be performing. Tickets at the door for $25, and the event starts at 6:30. Results from Class 16, 10th place goes to Scarlett Akins from Plainview FFA. 9th place goes to Caleb Robinette, Midland County 4-H. 8th place goes to Kyra Noble, Latixo FFA. 7th place goes to Sterling McGee, Tom Green County 4-H. 6th place goes to Lola Polar, Wharton County 4-H. 5th place goes to Sydney Chickendance, Perryton FFA. 4th place goes to Tayton Copland, Live Oak County 4-H. 3rd place goes to Austin Earhart, Lubbock County 4-H. 2nd place goes to Lane Kinsey, Coryell County 4-H. And your class winner from Class 16 goes to Jet James, Grayson County 4-H.
Awesome day. I've enjoyed this surface. I know they always haven't had all the pellets out here, and what I've been told, and the last time I was down here, it was about 12 years ago, and it wasn't near nice of this surface. So I think y'all ought to put your hands together for all the ring crew and what they've done getting this ring pretty level. And these pellets aren't cheap, so whoever ponied up and did that, that's an attaboy. And they, Dr. Miller was telling me they put new lights in here, brightened up the place. It's a nice show ring. It works really well. The cattle respond pretty good in here. And I don't know if there's been a bad look of any steer out here today. There's a few spots here and there, but for the most part, as many head as we've walked through here, this ring stayed in really, really good shape. The cattle are comfortable out here. You know, this breed show's been really competitive. It started off with a couple of classes where, you know, you kind of had to scratch your head a little bit, but you get these two out here, and they certainly looked the part in their respective seconds. The heat came in Class 3 and 4, and I think it's apparent out here as you get out and study both of these steers. There's just a little bit more snap. There's just a little bit more style in both of them. You know, both of them are 1,400 plus. You know, the boys steer out of the third class is, you know, kind of right there on that line. And you know, we're taking cattle in Kansas, and I know you guys are in Texas up in the Panhandle that are well past 1,700. Is that right? I don't know. We can have an all debate after the show about that. But the fact is, pounds are still dollars in this industry, and so there's not a steer to me that's out of play by any means as we get back out here. I think what it comes down to is there's a steer, in my opinion, that there's just something about him that just grabs you immediately, and he has that look, and I've always been fond of that style, and I've always been fond of that composition, you know, and there's a steer that just kind of triggers you just a little bit quicker. I'm going to pull in the second to our respective champion, then we'll take a little closer look for reserve. But it's been a fun day. We've got a whole army of people out here helping. Put your hands together for them and these young people, and I'll show you my champion.
Champion Black Cross goes to Cannon Potter from Harris County 4-H, and your reserve champion Black Cross goes to Jet James, Grayson County 4-H. Congratulations to both of those exhibitors.